Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So, today I'm going to be counting down what are, in my personal opinion, my 13 best movies of 2018. I made a list, it's right here, and it's counting down all 13, including some honorable mentions, which I'll get to in a little bit, but let's get started with this. So, coming up at number 13, I've got Black Panther. Um, I saw this in the theater, of course, and I liked it. I really did. I enjoyed it. It's just, the reason why it's at 13 is that there was some stuff that I didn't care about. Like, the villain was a little flat for me, kinda. I mean, Andy Serkis was good, but the villain was a little alright. The main villain, I don't know. It kind of like it felt like they were trying to make two movies, but they're like, you know what? Screw it. We're going to make just one movie out of this. So kind of felt a little rushed. The ending was a little weird to me, and well, not weird, but felt a little rushed. So yeah, I had a lot of problems with it. More problems than I said in my review of it, but I still liked it. I still did. So, yeah, it's at number 13. So, at number 12, we've got Avengers Infinity War. So, this is also low because there are some problems. Like, it did a lot of times feel like it was just somebody playing with toys at, like, a lot of the fight scenes. But besides that, it was an actually really good movie. Like, ever since I saw it, I can't get it out of my head. It was really good. I really dug it. I dug the shit out of this. I really liked it. So, and I gotta say, I think Thanos is one of the best Marvel Cinematic villains to date. So, yeah, I really liked it. So, number 11, we have The Predator. So, when this was announced that Shane Black was making a Predator movie and Arnold Schwarzenegger decided not to come on to it, I kind of had my doubts. I started getting my doubts about it. I was like, there's a big chance it could be a pile of shit. But I saw the first trailer and I was still like thinking that. I was still thinking, this could be bad. This could be really, really bad. Then I saw it, and I was blown away, because I was like, because the reviews of this movie are awful. So I was like, really? People are hating this? This is awesome! I really dug it. I really dug that movie. It's awesome. It's really funny. It's clever. It has a really cool concept. And also, it's a Predator movie. I'm going to be honest right now. The first three movies, they're not masterpieces. Like, the original, I don't care what you say, it's not a masterpiece. It's not. It's not. So I was like, well, what do you expect? What were you expecting? Are you expecting some avant-garde movie? It's The Predator. It's The Predator. I recommend it. Go see it. Buy it, even if you have to. Buy the Blu-ray. Just watch it. It's really fucking good. Sorry. Number 10, we've got Sicario II. So, I put this at number 10 because I felt like, unlike the other movies that came out before this, or came before this, I felt like this movie was unnecessary, because Sicario 1 was that type of movie that I felt like it didn't need a sequel. It didn't need to have a sequel. So this one kind of felt a little unnecessary, but same time, I dug it. I really liked it. I did. I had a blast watching this in the theater. Just seeing Benicio del Toro and Josh Brolin work together again. It was really fun. It was a fun movie. It wasn't as intense or dark, or as dark as the first one, but I still thought it was really fun, and I hope that they make a third one, because I want to see where this story's going. So yeah, Sicario 2. So, at number 9, we've got Cam. So this movie had an interesting backstory. So it premiered at a lot of film festivals like Fantastic Fest and I believe Sundance. I'm not sure on that. Don't quote me on that. But I believe Sundance. It also had a theatrical release, but then it was dumped on Netflix as a Netflix original movie. So that's how I watched it. But no one after seeing it, I was like, I wish this came. I wanted to see this in the theater because this movie was really good. It really was. It felt like a long, entertaining Black Mirror episode because this one and the movie I'm going to talk about next, they kind of talked about social media and the dangers of the internet and technology as a whole. So I was like, this is kind of a Black Mirror episode turned into a full length movie. So it was really cool. It was interesting. It's like seeing this cam girl go on this really dark odyssey hunting for a doppelganger that's like stealing her life. It's really weird and insane. And I really liked it. I really dug it. But it's not for everyone. Remember that. It's not for everyone. So if everything I said about it appeals to you, or you read a synopsis or something about it, if that appeals to you, watch it. But if it doesn't, don't watch it because it's probably not for you. Sorry. Number 8, we've got Assassination Nation. So this movie also had some symbolism and stuff about the dangers of social media because the story is about a hacker who hacks this entire town of Salem. I don't know if it's Massachusetts or I think they mentioned it was in Oregon. I don't know. It's somewhere there, but it's in a town called Salem, and every resident gets hacked by this mysterious hacker, and mostly some really dark stuff is released to the internet about these residents, and so it kind of builds up to something. Like there is in the trailers, it shows oh, there's this riot and people are going insane and killing other people, and these the protagonists, these girls have to survive this. Sadly, that only happens in the last 30 minutes, but the rest of the movie is building up to that. The entire time, once the first person gets hacked, which is the senator person who shoots himself. Once this guy gets hacked, the movie starts building up to that this town is slowly going insane, slowly deteriorating into madness, and then that final is I kind of expected that everybody would just start killing people because of how insane every resident's starting to get through the course of this entire movie. So it's a really good movie. There's a lot about this movie I could say, but unfortunately, we don't have time. So yeah, Assassination Nation. And again, it's not a movie for everyone. So if everything I described in this video appeals to you or something, then watch it. But if it didn't, don't watch it. It's probably not for you. So this next movie is definitely not for everyone. But number 7, I got Mandy, the new Nicolas Cage movie by director Panos Cosmatos. So yeah, so this movie felt like a drug trip, a drug trip into hell. This movie's really good. At least I thought it was really good. I will say, though, I enjoyed the drug, hallucinatory, surreal images in the first half hour. Or not the first half hour, I mean the first hour of this movie. I think that could have been cut out, and this movie would have been shorter than it is because it takes a while to get into what the trailers, or at least the trailer shows the audience, and that's Nicolas Cage kicking some ass. That mostly it turns to an action movie, which is what I bet you anything most people wanted to see. So if this first hour was cut out or made shorter, I bet you anything it would have become a full-on action movie. But anywho, I liked it. I still liked it. I still dug this movie. It was really entertaining. Um, it was really weird, and I think if it wasn't weird, it would have not been entertaining or artistic or anything. But really was. It was really entertaining, and I think Nicolas Cage was born to play a role like this one. So, yeah, it's really cool, but like I said, it's an avant garde movie, so it might not be for everyone. So, like, watch it at your own risk. So, number 6 is Bad Times The El Royale. Um, this movie was awesome. So, wow, so, this movie is like Pulp Fiction. It mostly is Pulp Fiction. If Pulp Fiction took place around the 60s or 50s, I forgot when, and center around a group of residents at a hotel called the El Royale. On the course of one night, like, all of them have these secrets, and it's like different stories that all come together at the end. Like Pulp Fiction. This movie was really good. It really was. It really was a good, fun movie. Like, there's a lot of cool action scenes in this movie, and like a lot of really interesting dialogue and stories in this movie that it keeps it entertaining. And then, like, spoiler alert, but then near the end, it shows that there's a cult or something that's like brings them all together, and they ended up being the main antagonists of the movie. They're great bad guys. Like, I was like, damn, this movie had a lot. There was a lot to take in this movie. But it was really, really good. So, yeah, you should go watch it. It's really good. Alright, so now we got to my top 5. So these are the movies I enjoyed the most and I thought were the most entertaining out of this entire year. So, remember, this is all my opinion. So if a movie on here you didn't agree with, or you thought there was something that should have been on this list, remember, this is all my opinions. So, yeah. Anyway, at number 5, I've got 2018's Halloween. I like this movie. So, I thought it was really interesting seeing this movie on the big screen because I've never seen a Halloween movie in the theater before. So seeing this one in the theater, it was really good. And not only that, but my mom, who doesn't like the Halloween movies, actually enjoyed this one. So I was like, that kind of tells me that people who, even if people don't like the Halloween movies, you might actually like something from this movie because it's really good. It's a really good movie. And it also proves that you shouldn't try to fight Michael Myers because you might get your head bashed into a wall. So, yeah, I recommend the movie. It's really good. So, in number 4, this one. Okay, so this one people are probably not going to agree with me, but it's my opinion. Remember, these are all my opinions. At number 4, I got the First Purge. So, I'm a fan of the Purge movies. I really like the first 3. The first one was, like, over time I've been starting to see like it's but I really like Anarchy and Election Year. So, of course I really like this one. This one was really fun for me. To sit there and watch like all this chaos happen, it really was entertaining for me. So I really liked it. I like that they had the idea that like the first half of the movie is mostly the idea that nobody is killing people just yet. Like, there's some little crimes going on and there, but like most people are having these rave parties in the streets and everything. So it's like no one's really killing people. So the NFFA, or New Founding Fathers, decide to send in this giant team of mercenaries into the streets disguised as like regular people, like in masks and like cheap masks, and there's even some that are like they're dressed as Klansmen. So there's in the streets shooting people, and it gets really that's when the movie starts to really pick up. I mean, not that I wasn't entertained by the first half of the movie, I really was, but the movie, like, action horror wise, starts to pick up once, like, this, I believe, the second and third acts of the movie, it starts to pick up more and more. It really was an entertaining movie to sit through. Um, I really dug it a lot, and I even checked out the TV series, and I really liked that too. So, yeah, it was really entertaining. So, hell yeah, yeah, the first Purge. If you like the Purge movies, and let's be honest, the idea of the Purge is a little stupid, but if you are able to get through that or get like past that and actually are able to sit down and have fun with maybe the first three or maybe just the sequels, you'll probably like this one. It's worth a rental at least. So yeah, the first Purge. All right, so number three we've got Annihilation. So I like when sci-fi movies make you think at the end when like it's done and you think about it for like at least like 3 or 4 more days after you're done seeing it. That's what Annihilation was for me the first time I saw it. It is so mind bending and like it has stuff to do with like questioning our existence and our role in the universe. It also discusses the topic of creation and like how most organisms are created and stuff like that. It's a really interesting alien take on the whole alien invasion movie. The effects, like the practical effects and the visual effects of this movie, are fantastic, and a lot of the monsters in this movie are really cool. Like that screaming bear. Um, I kept thinking about that scene for a while. That scene disturbed me. I think that was the most disturbing scene I've seen in a movie all year. Yeah, Annihilation's really good. And the performances are great. The cinematography is wonderful. It's really good. So I think it's worth the watch. So yeah, I recommend Annihilation. So number two, we've got A Quiet Place. So this is another interesting take on the whole alien invasion, like subgenre, because in this movie you can't make a sound, else the creatures will hear you and hunt you down, and they'll like disappear and kill you. So this movie was really good. It was really entertaining, and a lot of times it's tense again because the characters can't make sounds or anything. So a lot of times it's really intense. I really dug this movie. I really liked it. The performances by Emily Blunt were great. The cinematography was really good. The creatures, the design of these creatures was awesome. It really was. I really like this movie, and it's an experience seeing it in the theater because it's like seeing a silent film with no music, just a silent film. It's really interesting, and I really liked it. So, A Quiet Place. If you haven't seen it already, you should go out and watch it. So, now before we get to my number one, the one where I thought was the most amazing movie I've seen all year, here is a thing of honorable mentions. I'm not going to talk about them, but here's a little slideshow kind of showing my honorable mentions. So, here we go. Alright, so my number one pick. My number one. The one I thought was the best movie of 2018. My number one is Hereditary. Hereditary. I really like this movie. Um, Man, it's been so long since we got what feels like a more mature. Well, it hasn't been that long because the Babadook was kind of like this, but we got a mature horror film, one that wasn't full of jump scares or these cheap little things for like teenagers, but we got this really mature movie, And man, I gotta say, I really liked it. Like, it's a slow burn movie, kind of like The Shining or Don't Look Now. It's like a slow burn movie, but then near the end is when like it really ramps up and starts becoming a horror film. I really like this movie. The cinematography is great. The performance by Toni Collette is phenomenal, and I think it's a little Oscar worthy as well. And just the whole idea and scenario of this movie is just entertaining. It's original. I just dug it, and seeing it in the theater was really an experience. One thing I will say about the movie though is that people tend to get the words unnerving and scary mixed up because people were calling this movie terrifying and scary, but I just found it really unnerving, a really unnerving film. So it's kind of like, yeah, I've been talking about this. I don't think I talked about this on this channel, but yeah, I think people get that word mixed up a lot, and I just found this movie really unnerving, but it was really an entertaining movie, and I really liked it. So there we go. That was my top 13 best movies of 2018. 2019 already looks interesting. Like, there's a lot of cool movies that are coming out in 2019. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. And tell me, what were your guys' favorite movies of 2018? Leave that in the comments down below. And also, hit the bell icon for future notifications of my videos. And also, subscribe for more content like this. And give this video a big thumbs up. And remember, let's embrace the unknown together. Goodbye.